Charlemagne the Fraud. The Breakfast Club had Vivek Ramaswamy on. This is old news. This is, as far as the internet goes, this happened 3 years ago. It was last month, and I want to highlight a couple parts that just show how exactly the Breakfast Club and Charlemagne are really just bought and paid for by the Democratic Party. Their main function is just to fan the flames of racism. When someone like Vivek comes on the Breakfast Club and wants to have some kind of nationwide camaraderie, that's a big no-no. So in this clip, Charlemagne blames everything on white people. Go figure, right? He's never done that before, but let's just check this out real quick.
So I think what's going on is we're human beings. What makes us different from animals is that we can believe. We need to believe in something bigger than ourselves. And when we lose God and family and country, we start believing in new false gods instead. That's what's going on in the country. And so I don't know that it's so much a question of fault, but more a question of how do we actually revive our sense of self-confidence and pride.
It's definitely a question of fault. I can absolutely blame white supremacy, 100%.
Really?
Yeah.
See, say more, and then I'll respond to that.
I mean, just look
Say more, defend what you're gonna say.
at the history of the country. Like, it's just really just that simple for me. The country has never fulfilled its promises of freedom, liberty, and justice for all. It's always been freedom, liberty, and justice for some. And usually that some is white people.
So here's what
You're fucking rich. Charlemagne questions Vivek on affirmative action. Why doesn't he like it? Then says, weren't your parents helped by affirmative action? Let's watch this.
Right.
Benefited him?
I don't think affirmative action benefited him. Absolutely not. I think hard work and dedication benefited him. And that's part of what I want to share with all Americans. I want to make this the country where no matter who you are and what your skin color is, you get ahead with your own hard work and commitment and dedication. That you get ahead not on the color of your skin, but the content of your character.
He
has to go, guy.
Listen.
That you get ahead not on the color of your skin, but the content of your character.
I wish it was that simple. That's what Charlemagne said. He knows that affirmative action does help, right? Clearly. Charlemagne sucks so bad, he wouldn't be in the position he's in if he wasn't just such a moldable pawn. So that's why he's questioning Vivek. He's like, hey, guess what? I wouldn't be where I am without affirmative action because I have no talent and I'm a millionaire. So, which is all the more reason why America's great. One other clip real quick. So Charlemagne's gonna try to make another, thing about the N-word, a joke, we'll call it, which is funny. Let's check this out.
Choice. My view is, though, we need to start saying in public the things that people are otherwise saying in private. There's a gap right now in the country. Let's admit it. Democrat, Republican, it doesn't matter.
You gotta be careful with that, because a lot of people in your party gonna start saying nigga out loud.
I don't think so, actually, and I would certainly hope not. I would condemn it if they do. I would condemn it if anybody does, all right? But what I think is we need to close the gap.
He was ready for, not that. Check it out. There's a quick pause.
Be careful with that, because a lot of people in your party gonna start saying nigga out loud.
I don't.
He drops his hand. I don't think so. Everyone's just gonna walk on the street and just go up to black people and point in their face and call them the N-word. That's what white people are gonna start doing, right? We've already done that. We're over it, okay? And then to watch Charlemagne go sad Charlemagne again. It's so funny to watch these guys have these quick rises and then very quick falls. Quick rise, quick fall, quick rise, quick fall. He didn't even rise that high, and how could he? He's so short.
I don't think so, actually, and I would certainly hope not.
A lot of people in your party gonna start saying nigga out loud.
I don't think so, actually, and I would certainly hope not. I would condemn it if they do. I would condemn it if anybody does, all right? But what I think is we...
Oh, man. Oh, sad Charlemagne. Aw. Sad Charlemagne bums me out. I actually feel bad for sad Charlemagne. Okay, back to our main clip.
That is obviously true that the nation has fallen short of our promise since our founding. But walk through some obvious facts about America. We're not founded on an ethnicity or a monarch or a food or even a religion. We're founded on a set of ideals that brought a group of people together in 1776, and we live by those ideals. At least we aspire to those ideals today. A nation that aspires to ideals that's not made up of gods, but made up of human beings will always fall short of those ideals. So I think our worst hypocrisies as a country, and we have many of them, our worst hypocrisies.
See, and that's what's great too. admits to, like, yes, we have a lot of problems, but we've done a lot of good and we're trying to get better. That's the point.
Evidence that we have ideals at all. You take a look at other countries. Nobody ever calls the Chinese Communist Party a hypocrite, or China a hypocrite, or Iran a hypocrite. Why is that? Because to be a hypocrite, you at least had to have ideals in the first place.
But a lot of those
And so we're
ideals-
imperfect, but we are about the pursuit of a more perfect union, the pursuit of happiness.
So Charlemagne's going to bring up the whole point that, well, it was all white people that made the country.
Pursuit of happiness. America's about the pursuit. And so I think that
we
trashing
are?
ourselves, I think we are
The reason I
actually.
say that is because, we never were included in those ideals originally. Like,
Originally.
Yeah.
But never and not originally are two different things. Originally, that's true. Over 250.
Never and originally are two different things. Very true. They can't let it go. I think that's the thing why everyone gets mad about the racism and this, and you could go back and forth on this all day. But sometimes it gets to a point where you're watching a millionaire cry about this every day, and it's like, dude, fuck you. Like that's kind of like the vibe. So
Years of progress. If you had somebody who was in 1870 looking at the world we live in today, if you had somebody in 1960 who was looking at the world we live in today as it relates to race in America, we would be darn close to what they would have thought of as the promised land. So I think we have to recognize that
Charlemagne
America
agreed.
is about that
we just
pursuit.
agreed.
We're a lot further along than we were 250 years ago. And here's the other thing too. We got to set our expectations. We will always fall short of our ideals. By definition, if there are human beings and not gods living in a nation that
Right.
aspires to ideals, we are fallen.
Of course, we're not perfect. And another thing I was thinking about, like, I think black people sometimes forget that, like, there's always gonna be, like, hate. Like, you take black people out of it. Like, my grandfather hates Polish people. You know what I mean? So, like, regardless of skin color, even if you're all the same skin color, there's still plenty of reasons to make fun of other people. So, Jeremiah, what do we got next?